What's up, Silas here. Just a quick short video asking you guys about any complexes you might have had in the past, especially back in high school or before, or things like that. I was reading this manga, Komi-san wa Komyusho Desu. It's about this character, Komi Shoko. She's kind of this goddess of this school, but she has a very strong communication disorder. She can't really speak to people. But this one guy, Tadano, who's this normal, everyman, just basic, completely average character, it's like trope in manga and anime, just have a character who's average at everything. But he breaks through that and then he promises to make her 100 friends because Komi wants to do that. So the school is full of a bunch of people with different complexes and different idiosyncrasies and different kind of quirky personalities. So you meet all this cast of characters. And I just came across this one who has an issue with sweating. She's worried about how much she sweats. And this is an issue that I used to have a deal with. I used to have a problem with back in high school and middle school and things like that. I think even past that. And I still do think I sweat more than other people. I also drink a lot more water than other people. But it's not just the water. It's just my metabolism and everything and my biology. But she has an issue here, and she's walking down the school. They just switched from the winter uniforms to the summer uniforms. But she's walking down the school, down the hallway, and she kind of dodges out of the way of some guy walking down the hallway. And in the next panel, the guy is kind of depressed. He's like, she avoided me so obviously. And then but she's on the side thinking like, phew, I managed to actually get out of the way of this person and didn't let that person touch my disgusting, damp body. So, this is the thing, like later on, you just find out like how people sweat and kind of she becomes more of an issue with it. But I was just thinking about this and how many things from these complexes that people have in their minds, how many things have you avoided in the past from these maybe irrational complexes, things that you had a complex of in the past and now you look back and you're like, oh, that wasn't that big of an issue, or that wasn't really what I think it was. Or do you have any now that keep you from doing certain things? Because I think this happens, and then there's also the inverse of like the body positivity movement, where there may be some things that you should kind of look at about yourself and not just embrace the fact that you're massively overweight or obese, or let's say you shouldn't be able to embrace the fact that maybe you're just too forceful, you talk to too many people, or I don't know. So what is this thing? Are those things related? Where there's the inverse of it, where it's like somebody is afraid of something that's not really an issue, keeps them away from other people, or somebody who is too accepting of something that could be an issue that actually keeps them from actually addressing it personally. What do you guys think about those? And do you think there are things that you had in the past or you still may have that may be something you embraced for too long, that if you had actually addressed that issue earlier, maybe you would have improved your life? Or things like the original question that you may have been focusing too much on, that if you had actually realized, oh, it's not that big of a deal, you'd have been able to be more social or met some more people, gone and done some other things that would have helped your life. So yeah, let me know. Goodbye.
One more thing. Imagine having that kind of anxiety where you couldn't look somebody in their face when you're speaking to them. You couldn't make eye contact. Or you would have to write things down. You'd freeze up a lot if somebody asked you a question. It would take you maybe 30 seconds to respond to just basic questions and things like that. How much would that hamper your actual communication? If you saw someone like that, you'd be like, yeah, that person has some issues, can't communicate well. I mean, it's kind of weird or kind of this. And you'd look at that and understand that that's kind of an issue. But then there's a lot of people who can look you in the eye. They can talk for hours and hours and say absolutely nothing. They can, even worse than absolutely nothing, some people will just outright lie to you the whole time. I mean, they will try and just tell you what they think you want to hear instead of actually talking about actual content. And then you in your life personally too, the people who are around you, you know, be like, yeah, we talk a lot, but what do you talk about? I mean, if you have a situation where you have anxiety, where you can't speak and you don't really actually say anything of worth, then yeah, that's already a handicap, and people be like, they understand that's a handicap. But I also think it's a handicap if you're around people who you talk to a lot, but never actually say anything of worth, of content, of substance. You're just talking about shallow things. Goodbye.